Hey, what's up, Atlanta Fringers? I'm Eli. I'm here at Do You Validate Studio, and we are talking today with Sloan Brettholtz about the show Officer Scott, Too Much Isn't Enough. Tell the audience a little bit about your show. What can they can expect?
Too Much Isn't Enough is kind of, it's a little too much sometimes. There's clowning, there's music, there's burlesque. It's kind of a little bit of everything for everyone, but it's about a man's journey of finding himself, of course, at the root of it. Yeah.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about this Officer Scott character. I've seen your Instagrams. It's hilarious. Where did this all come from?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's a funny story. I wrote a sketch called The Truth About Drugs, maybe 5 years ago, and we had this Officer Scott character, and I would give it to a bunch of guys, and I'd be like, yeah, just bigger, just Chris Farley, and they just couldn't do it the way that I wanted them to do it. So I think one of our cast members back in the day, got sick, and I was like, oh, I'll just get a costume and I'll just do it myself. As a producer, you're trying to make everything work. And it was a huge hit. Everyone, the costume, if you've seen the photos, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I didn't have to do much, which was really fun for me. And about 6-ish months ago, I was like, hey, I want to make a full show of this. I think this person has a story to tell, and it could connect with a lot of people.
So if you want something done right,
you got to do it yourself.
It is.
Yeah. Exactly.
So is this your first time performing this show?
Not the first time performing this show. We actually started performing it in January of 2024 in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
And that's sort of a Brooklyn Art House. That's kind of our little home over there.
Awesome.
Which is a shout out to Brooklyn Art House. And we applied to a bunch of fringes. This is actually my first ever fringe.
Awesome.
So a first in a way.
Yeah. That's so cool. What's your experience in the Fringe been like so far?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's only our second day, but I love it.
Awesome.
It is so fun. I mean, to find people from all over the nation and even just locals in Atlanta, and Atlanta is so beautiful. I've never been to Atlanta, so I'm very, very honored to be here.
We're excited to have you. What's the makeup of the show like? This isn't a one-person show, Officer Scott, no?
I always say it's a one-person show and a little extra, because I don't know, I come from theater, and I'm very into the theatrics, and I see a lot of one-person shows, and they're amazing, but I'm like, I wanted a little bit more. What could, we have this beautiful montage in the show, and what if we had people be the waiters and it's world building, which I really appreciate. So, I say it's a one-man show. I don't know if that's, I don't know, but I think adding bits of sparkle in there is beautiful.
That's
and
awesome.
More the merrier.
What's it been like developing this show? You said you started as just a character, right?
Yeah.
It was sketches, and it turned into this full story?
Yeah, I mean, not to get really friggin' sad here, but my mom passed away about 2 years ago. So I was sort of looking for an escape and something to focus myself on, to sort of distract from that grief. And I mean, through making this show, I have now, 4 more amazing, great friends. And my director, Bailey Nacetta, is amazing. And to create such a funny and stupid, but also heartwarming show has been very healing for me. So that, not to get very down in the dumps, but
that's great.
Yeah.
That's really neat. I mean, you mentioned Chris Farley, who, you talk about funny and stupid, but heartwarming.
Yes.
What's some other inspiration that came in for this show?
Chris Farley was sort of my director, and he was the sort of patron saint of the show.
Yeah.
There's a part in the show where we reference another officer, Officer Farley. So, but it's, I'm a fat person, and I don't see a lot of, other big people performing or doing something that's about the experience of just being in a different body. And Melissa McCarthy also is a huge friggin' inspiration to me.
That's awesome.
Sorry, am I allowed to say frig on here?
We'll bleep it out.
Yeah, you can bleep it out. But yeah, I just love to, I don't know, kind of express myself and in ways that aren't therapy or
Yeah.
Who
has the
public.
time? Yeah,
Yeah.
So you're in the elevator. You got 2 seconds to tell audiences why your show is the one they should see. What do you tell them?
In an elevator, I'm very claustrophobic, so that would, be an issue. But I would say if you want to laugh, cry, dance, and sing, just come to the show and it'll warm you up and spit you out. And I really hope to inspire people to do things that they've never done before because of the show.
That's as fringy as it gets.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. All right, so Sloan with Officer Scott, Too Much Isn't Enough. Let the Fringers know when they can see your show.
Yes, I'm going to hold this funny little booklet. We are today, June 6th, 10 p.m., Friday, June 7th, 7 p.m., Saturday, June 8th, 1 p.m., and 7 p.m., all at the Limelight Theater.
Limelight Theater.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much for being here, Sloan.
Thank you for having me.
Enjoy your Fringe. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your weekend.